evening, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Um, Welcome to the stream tonight. So, we are going to be doing the final part 3 of the Night of the Zealot, the initial campaign for Arkham Horror. I did make a change to my deck that I wanted to make you all aware of in case you've been watching. Parts 1 and 2 are up on our YouTube, which I will link in chat now. And doing some behind the scenes stuff, so hopefully that'll work. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe, I don't know. Probably don't have it enabled right, but I took out the original Leo DeLuca because it didn't feel proper, and I added, and it's green, so it's kind of hard against the chroma. It looks really cool, actually. I added in a luck streak, or hot streak, which gives me 10 resources for 3. It's an event. It's just gain 10 resources. So, really excited to see how that goes. I felt like last game I was really limited on my resources. So hopefully I can have a few more, get out those twin guns out a lot quicker and make some progress that much faster. So, yeah. Got everything all set up. I pulled the deck, I shuffled it a bunch, got my agenda, got my act out, have my reminders because I'll probably still need them a little bit. Got the token bag. I tried to change it up, just the view up just a little bit for you. In case you're wondering, that is a Keyforge mat underneath this one. Our wonderful PrimeCutGames mat that we have here. Compliments of Inked Gaming. They did a wonderful job. I hope I have the lighting somewhat okay. I'm actually gonna, let's do that. That looks a bit better, at least on my side. I got some of the glare off the screen, or off the cards. So, yeah. I need to put one on, I think. But, yeah. So, been going pretty good. Making progress on this campaign. Now, if you've been keeping track, I have lost every single one. Well, not lost, but I haven't won a scenario yet. And I'm really liking that. I think it should be hard. I know there are probably people out there who are going, well, your deck's terrible, you play terrible. I'm okay with that. I'm pretty zen about this game. It's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it. And I can't wait for us to have maybe a little more time to stream it. So yeah, let's get into it. Got my deck shuffled. Let's see what we have here. Part 3, The Devourer Below. After a frantic nighttime search throughout Arkham, you have tracked down and questioned several members of the cult. Your findings are disturbing. They claim to worship a being known as Umordoth, a monstrous entity from another realm. You're able to confirm much of Lita's story. The cult is agitated over the destruction of a ghoul lair. However, a surprising detail also turns up. The one who invaded the lair and set this night's events in motion was none other than Lita Chandler herself? I actually didn't see that twist coming. You are not sure why this important detail was omitted from Lita's story. Did she tell you only as much as was necessary to draw you into her conflict? But in another light, she seems to be fighting to protect the city of Arkham from a terrible menace. The final piece of the puzzle was found written in a journal possessed by one of the cultists. It describes a dark ritual being performed deep within the woods south of Arkham this very night. According to the journal, the ritual's completion will open a gate and bring forth the cult's dark master into this world. If the cult is not stopped, Lita warns, there is a possibility that Umordoth's vengeance will consume all in its path. Frightened but determined to stop the ritual, you head into the woods. Gather all the cards, put the main path location into play, shuffle the 6 copies of Arkham Woods, choose 4 of them at random and put them into play without looking at their revealed sides. So I don't have any revealed sides up at the moment. Let's give them a good shuffle here. I'm going to be apologizing for the lighting all night, and for that I apologize. I adjusted it back for Keyforge, and now it's bad again for Arkham. Side note to Clay, sleeve everything in the same sleeves and you won't have the problem with the glare. Lighting for card games, especially card games and sleeves, is not very easy because every single bit of light seems to glare off of something at some point in time. Okay, 4 of them. We'll go with the top 2 and the bottom 2. We'll set these 2 aside. Reveal that each investigator begins play at the main path. So we'll go like that. I have a feeling we might need some space here. So that's how we'll do it. Set the ritual site and Umordoth cards aside out of play. Umordoth was already over there because I knew that he wouldn't be in play yet. Okay. Randomly choose one of the 4 following encounter sets. I already did that. I rolled a D8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Without looking at it, shuffle it and the remainder of the encounter cards together to form the encounter deck. I actually don't know which encounter set is in there. Remove the other 3 encounter sets from the game. They're removed. Cultists who got away in the campaign log. There were 4, so 3 or 4 names. Place 2 Doom on the agenda. Ugh, don't like that. Oh man, and the agenda only has 4? What in the world? Add 1 Chaos token to the bag for the remainder of the campaign. I already did that. Check the campaign log if it is past midnight. It is past midnight. Each player discards 2 random cards from his or her starting hand. Ghoul Priest is still alive. Ghoul Priest is still alive. Yeah, do not read until the end of the scenario. So we will set that aside. Let's look at our agenda. Okay. From interrogating members of the conspiracy within Arkham, you have learned that they are performing a rite of vengeance in response to the destruction of one of their master's lairs. You've entered the woods outside Arkham to try to stop them. The woods seem unnaturally cold and filled with a deathly silence. The evidence you've gathered has led you to the woods south of Arkham, where you believe a ritual to summon a being called Umordoth is about to take place. Stealing your resolve, you set forth deeper into the woods, hoping to find the site of the ritual. Okay, it is past midnight, so I'm going to draw 5. 3, 4, 5. I think I will mulligan and then discard 2 at random. That seems to be... I would not mulligan this at all. Or maybe I'm supposed to discard 2 at random and then mulligan. Anyway, let's go with that one. Give us another couple shuffles and that one. Oof, think on your feet and perception. That is not good. I did keep Hot Streak, Liquid Courage, and Overpower, which I'm excited about because I can get me a whole bunch of resources right away. And I think that's going to be big. I'm going to keep all of these. I do not know what to expect in this scenario, other than the fact that our agenda looks like it's going to be advancing very, very quickly. Okay, so, start off. Main path. Woods. Hangman's Brook separates uptown from the woods south of Arkham. Passing over the small bridge, you follow the main path deeper into the forest. Zero Clues has 2 Shroud. The main path is connected to each other woods location. You can action to resign. There's nothing we can do to stop them. You flee from the woods, leaving Arkham to its grisly fate. I don't think we're going to do that. I think this is a do or die situation. I think Jenny Barnes is going to trust in her 45s and do as much as possible here. So we are going to play Hot Streak, which costs me 3 to gain 10. So there's 3. Oh, I would have been left with 2. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 8, 10. 12 resources. Seems good. I think I move. And then see what happens. So I'm going to move to this one because it's closest to me. Arkham Woods Cliffside has 2 Shroud, has a clue on it. This location is investigated by using agility instead of the skill indicated by the investigation attempt. Okay. Atop a nearby plateau, you can see signs of cultist activity. You will have to climb to the cliff in order to reach the top. The question is, do I draw a card or do I attempt it? I think I just draw a card. I don't think I want to attempt it at all. So, I'm going to draw a card as my third. And there we go. That is the investigation phase over. No enemies. Reset all actions. Ready. I will gain 2 resources because I'm Jenny Barnes. I'm just going to move these off to the side. And draw a card. Nice. And then Mythos phase. Place 1 Doom on the agenda. This is bad. Draw 1 card from the top of the encounter deck. Oh, it's a ghoul minion which spawns and engages. Okay. Investigation phase. I think we have to punch the ghoul minion. So that's what we're going to do. Do I draw a card first? I actually think I do. I think I draw a card first here. So that's 1. 2 is going to be to fight. I'm going to commit Overpower and Opportunist. So that gives me 6 against the 2. I will draw a card if I succeed. -1, 5 against 2, so I actually succeeded by 3 or more. Opportunist comes back to my hand. I draw a card and do a damage to the ghoul minion. Maybe I investigate here? Because that'll get me another draw. I feel like I'm short on cards and I need to like hustle through my deck. So that's actually what I'm going to do. So I'm going to commit perception, commit opportunist. I think I'll save the flashlight for now. Maybe I can get a chance to play it next turn. Yep. So that gives me 6 against a 2. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. 5 against a 2. Opportunist comes back to my hand. And I get to draw. And I get the clue. I will take some damage here, but that cannot be avoided. So, enemy phase. Ghoul minion hits me for 1 and 1. 1 and 1. Ready up. Draw a card, gain 2 resources. I'm thinking these liquid courages in this deck were a mistake. Okay. We're going to have an agenda advance during the Mythos phase, so it gets the 4th and advances. See what happens. I'm not liking this liquid courage. I feel like Will just hasn't been doing a lot for me lately. It might come into play in a later setting of the game that I'm unaware of at the moment, but it's not feeling like the most needful thing. I guess it prevents bad things, but throughout the woods a shrieking cry echoes from somewhere deeper in the forest. A score of hideous voices answer the call. Inhuman is the baying of hounds, and yet articulate, repeating a singular name: Umordoth, Umordoth, Umordoth. So there's a heavy metal band somewhere out there. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Discard cards from the top until a monster enemy is discarded. Spawn that enemy at the main path, then place 1 doom on that enemy. We ain't messing around. Okay. Agenda 2A. Umordoth, Umordoth, Umordoth. Rah! The chanting builds in intensity, echoing into the cold air of the night. The sparse clouds in the sky coalesce above the Arkham Woods, blotting out the faint light of the stars. Each enemy gets +1 fight and +1 evade. Yay. Okay. Agenda 1A is off to the side. Okay. I'd like to point out to everybody that I have one clue. Okay. Discard from the top until I get a monster. No, we're just going to do this. Hazard, Omen, Monster. Monster is engaged with me. Need them 45s real bad. At the main path. Place a doom on them. Okay. Cool. Now I draw an encounter card. Frozen in Fear. Put Frozen into play in your threat area. The first time you perform. Blah, blah, blah. Each round it costs 1 additional action. Well, so much for me talking about the will, because I have 4 will in hand now. That's going to help because I need to discard that as soon as possible. Because last time it was a pain. Okay. So my turn here. Do I fight? He's at 3 fight and 3 evade. I've investigated everything that I need here. messed up. I think it's too late to go back. I did not use agility to investigate. Everything advanced, everything would have been the same except for I would have one less card in hand, which I think was the Liquid Courage. No, I drew that off of the one, but I would be one less card deeper. 3 minus 1. 4 minus 1. I wouldn't have this. There, we fixed it. Oh. Perception would still be in my hand, though. So, what I did there was I forgot to investigate with this. I remember that I drew a -1 on the count. So I had 3. But I gave myself a +1 from the Opportunist and a +2 from the Perception. So all in all, I actually had a 4 agility when I tested. So 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 versus 2 still wins. I don't win by the 3, so I have to leave that in my discard. And I couldn't have committed this to the skill test anyway. Or I wouldn't have. Either way. So, anyway, I'm going to attack, and it's going to fight, and it's going to take 2 actions. Do I draw? I think I draw and see what I draw, and then go from there. So I'm going to draw. Right, I knew it was the Liquid Courage. So do I evade? I may just want to evade here, because I can get a +1. Because right now it's 3 versus 3. So the +1 would allow me at least a shot at it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to commit, think on your feet. So I get a +16. +16. +16 versus 3. I think I win. Okay, good. That took 2 actions. So, so now it's the end of my turn. I'm going to commit Guts, commit Liquid Courage. What's this do? Heal 1 horror. That investigator test will 2. If the test is successful, 1 additional horror. The test fails, discard a card at random from my hand. So that's 3 plus 3. That's 6 against 3. I'm going to discard Liquid Courage. 7 against 3, because then I still get to draw a card. So let's see what we got. Chaos. 7 versus 3. -5. -5. So don't fail. Yay! This is bad. Enemy phase, he cannot engage because still exhausted. I cannot move. Nothing happens because that's not a hunter. Upkeep. Ready. He becomes engaged with me right away. I will draw a card. Gain 2 resources. Doom. Draw. Ghoul minion. Guys, I think I'm gonna die. So. Okay. My turn. I need to play this twice because I might lose so fast that it's going to be over real quick. Ah. The problem is I don't think I can use this elusive. Disengage from each enemy, engage with you, and move to a revealed location with no enemies. I can't remove to a revealed location with no enemies. So I think I can just disengage with them using this elusive, maybe? Anyway. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to draw one card. That's one. Play Lucky Rabbit's Foot. That's two. Costs a resource. Whoop-de-doo. I'm going to play Elusive. No, I'm not going to play Rabbit's Foot. I messed up so bad. I'm going to play Elusive. Disengage from each enemy engaged with you. Move to a revealed location with no enemies. We're going to look at the rule book really quick. Or the learn to play. The learn to play really quick. Because there was something in here about a golden rule. And I think FFG puts it in all of their games. And it's pretty awesome to do. Golden rule. If the text on a card directly contradicts the text of the rules, text on the card takes precedence. Players are required to make a choice among two more equally valid options. Lead investigator chooses among those options. If the players are unsure how to resolve a rules or timing conflict, resolve the conflict in the manner the players perceive as the worst possible at that moment with regard to winning the scenario. It's known as the Grim Rule. So I'm going to be invoking the Grim Rule here and say I have to stay here because there's two enemies. Two enemies are worse than one enemy. So do I use my last action to draw a card? I think so, because I need to willpower it out. So last one will draw me a card. Pickpocketing. After you evade an enemy, exhaust pickpocketing, draw a card. Well, check will 3. When I fail this skill test, I get to draw a card with Rabbit's Foot. -2 is 1. Get to draw a card by exhausting Lucky Rabbit's Foot. Gamey. Oh, we're about to lose bad, guys. I think I need to more aggressively mulligan in this game. Because it's getting bad. Okay. Enemy phase, nothing happens. Ready. Draw. Gain 2 resources. I drew the 41 Derringer that uses 3 ammo. Get +2, and then attack deals 1 damage. I might be able to do something with it. So, yeah. Mythos phase, we're up to 3 total. This is bad. Oh, they're engaged with me again, both ghoul minions. Okay, so if I play this, the Derringer, I can fight. I think I have to do that. So, oh, my encounter card. A young deep one. Yay! After Young Deep 1 engages you, take 1 horror. Yay! It's a 4. I'm pretty sure I'm reading this right, but... So I'm going to take 3 damage and 3 horror. And I can't evade or attack more than once. So if I can't succeed at killing the ghoul minion, I am going to die in a terrible, horrible fashion. So I also really, really, really need to succeed at Frozen in Fear, and I feel like double or nothing is terrible. So play the 41 Derringer. It costs 3 and gets 3 ammo on it. Going to spend an ammo and fight. That's actions 2 and 3. Going to fight this ghoul minion. It's 5 versus 3. What's that one? -2. Place 1 doom on the nearest enemy. Grim Rule says it goes on the strongest enemy. Although I am... Yeah, we're going to go with that. -2, so 5. -2 is 3 versus 3. I hit him for +1 damage and kill him. So he dies. Okay, Frozen in Fear. Let's do the test. Let's see if anything will go right tonight. -1. That's not enough. I failed, so Lucky Rabbit's Foot will exhaust and draw me a card. Hard knocks. Definitely some hard knocks going on tonight. Enemy phase. I take 2 horror, putting me up to 3, and 2 health and 2 horror, putting me there. I'm going to ready up, draw a card, gain 2 resources. Pretty good at investigating. Not much good at fighting these things. So, also complained about willpower, if you'll notice, and then I turned around and I'm literally losing the game to Frozen in Fear because I can't do anything. Because if I could evade, move, he'd follow me, but then I could get somewhere to advance the act. I can't leave right now because I have to be doing things. So I'm pretty sure that it's gonna die. We're all gonna die. So, okay. Drew, upkeep, now that. Mythos phase, there's 4, because I really need to get and kill the ghoul minion. But I can't move because of this. So, because I basically have to kill one, wait an entire turn, then the next turn evade and move, because that's the only thing I can do. I can kill and evade this turn, but that's it. So, and I really need to like play cards. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna draw. Oh, Doom, I need to draw this. Ancient Evils, Revelation. Place one Doom on the agenda. This effect can cause the current agenda to advance. Placing a Doom, the agenda advances. What happens to that Doom? Let's see. Mythos Phase. Compare the total number of Doom tokens in play on the current agenda and on other cards in play to the Doom threshold. If the number of Doom tokens is equal to or greater than the Doom threshold of the current agenda, advance the agenda deck. This is done by discarding all Doom tokens from play, turning the current agenda over, following the instructions. So Ancient Evils says it can advance the agenda, so that's why it's getting advanced. Because if it doesn't say it, then nothing happens. So I'm going to be discarding these 5, and as is the way of things, and then it got worse. A dark presence approaches, and you are assaulted by invisible pressures that bring you to your knees. A terrible force threatens to invade your mind and soul. Your throat clenches and your eyes water as the sensation burns through you. In player order, each investigator must test willpower 6. Each investigator who fails must search the collection for a random basic madness and add it to his or her hand. Here's the thing. There is a way out of this. I just have to get the best token in the game because then I have plus 12. So if there's a way for that to happen right now, that'd be just fine and dandy. I automatically failed it. So the madness weakness. I would imagine they are right back here. Let's see what we got. We got hypochondria, stubborn detective, amnesia, psychosis, paranoia, amnesia. Do I not have madness? Is madness in my deck? Curse. Where is madness? Amnesia. Oh. This is a madness? For a random basic madness, so not those, that's a madness. That's madness. Okay, let's shuffle these up and draw one. This is bad. I hope I get like something that says you get plus 27 on your next skill check. Also destroy all monsters. Can I phone a friend? Feel like I need more than 3 actions to play this game well. I don't know if I'm playing on hard mode. Please comment if I am. True solo might be very, very difficult in this game. It's still fun. Even if I'm losing, I feel like I'm not losing by enough to make it hurt, if that makes sense. Like right now I'm pretty down. Like this is pretty bad. But yeah. Okay, let's go with that one. Amnesia. Oh, this is going to be fun. Choose and discard all but one card from your hand. The hand that I've been carefully crafting and building up this entire time. I think I have to keep Hard Knocks here. Cool, thank you, Amnesia. You're awesome. Okay. That's over. Let's get rid of that. Okay. The world begins to shift and change as the ritual nears its conclusion. The air grows chilly and the entire forest is covered in a layer of rime. That's frost. The trees bend unnaturally and their shadows lengthen into weird shapes. Forced. When this agenda advances, if the investigators are at Act 1, put the set-aside ritual site into play and spawn the set-aside Umordoth there. If the investigators are at Act 2 or 3, discard all enemies at the ritual site and spawn the set-aside Umordoth there. Okay. So, Cool. Is it my turn now? I think it's my turn now. I'm going to play Hard Knocks. It's a talent. I can get extra might and extra bam bammery. Even though that took an action to do, I think I needed to do it. Oh, I failed, so I should have exhausted that and drawn a card. But would have exhausted it, drawn a card, and then discarded that card. Okay, played Hard Knocks. Spending resources to get +1s, so I'm going to action this, remove, fight. I think that gives me 5, 6, 7, 8 versus 3, because that gives me access to everything except for... Oh, the squiddies must be the ones that were randomly in here. That gives me the possibility of everything except for the tentacles to get me. So 8 versus 3. -1, 7. So I shot the ghoul minion in the face. Hard. He dead. Amy. Cool. Cool. Now I'm going to test Frozen in Fear. I'm going to fail this test, but hey. Still have to test it. -1. I still lose. Yay. Okay. Enemy phase. I take 1 and 1. I'm in danger. Ready. Draw. Two resources. Putting me at 13. There. Dissonant voices. Revelation. Put dissonant voices into play in your threat area. You cannot play assets or events. Sorry, Leo. At the end of the round, discard dissonant voices. Yay! Okay. I will draw. I can't play Arcane Studies, but I don't care. Action, this will take 2. Get rid of that. +2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 + 5, that's 8. Let's go with 9. Yeah, let's do 8. That's hedging my bets. Fight the young deep one. Seven versus 4. He gets shot twice. Okay. And that's at the end of the round, so not until the end of the upkeep phase. So, enemy, I take 1 and 1. I have 1 round left to kill him, or I die. A random gruesome death. Unless, and if something comes out of there, I'm dead. So, ready. Draw a card, gain 2 resources. Doom. Ravenous Ghoul. I'm pretty sure I'm dead. Ravenous Ghoul. Prey lowest remaining health. That's me. He's a 3/3/3. Wait. They don't get +1. It doesn't matter. I'm going to overcommit regardless because... Oh, I need to check for Frozen in Fear. Which I'm going to fail. -4. Yep. Draw a card because of Rabbit's Foot. That got discarded. Now I can do things. He does a 3 and a 3. And gives me no skills whatsoever. So I think I play her as 1. That way I can, like, hit the Ravenous Ghoul pretty tough. That's 1. Attack is 2/3. Do I attack evade? If I attack and evade, instead of playing Lita Chandler, no, I gotta do it this way. Play, I'm gonna commit, so she puts me at a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 versus 3. We have -2. I'm placing a Doom on it, but then it dies. Gets smacked in its grubby maw. Okay. That's all my actions. Now I test Frozen in Fear and fail. Which lets me draw a card. So there's that. I fail. Placing 1 Doom on the nearest enemy. Go me. Exhaust to draw a card. Ravenous Ghoul attacks. I'm going to make Lita Chandler take the damage because if I take it, I die. Ready. Draw a card. Into resources. Mythos phase. Cool. Oh, encounter card. Grasping Hands. Test agility 3 for each point you fail by. Take 1 damage. Going to commit manual dexterity to that. That gives me 5, 6, 7. Testing 7 versus 3. Six versus 3, I win. I also get to draw a card because I committed manual dexterity. Okay. This double or nothing is actually just the card I need. So we're going to attack the Ravenous Ghoul. So 4, committing double or nothing is 5 versus 6. 6 versus 6, 7 versus 6, 8 versus 6, 9 versus 6. Nine versus 6. Do I go 10? No. It's got to be 9. Because I have to have enough to play Arcane Studies and hopefully get this Frozen in Fear out of the road. Which I need the 2 resources for. So 9 versus 6. If I succeed, I get to shoot it twice, which kills it and does not advance the agenda. If it does advance, I think I'm in for a world of hurt this turn. I need like 1 turn to get somewhere. 9 versus 6, I succeed. So I hit it and then I hit it again. So it dies because it takes a total of 4 damage because of Lita. Because 8 versus 6. Okay. Double or Nothing did do work. And then I'm going to play Arcane Studies as my 3rd action. Okay. Enemy phase, or no, I gotta test Frozen in Fear. I'm gonna spend both these resources to do it too. So 5 versus 3. This is the number of monster enemies in play. So 4 versus 3. Ha! I did it! I finally got rid of Frozen in Fear. The time I complained about willpower, I finally managed to get rid of that. Possibly too little, too late. Ready up. Draw me a card. No sneak attack. Gain 2 resources. Okay. That's my turn. I resign. Do I get to play again? I'm confused by that. Instead of committing completely, if I just resign, do I get another shot at the scenario? The rules reference. Sorry guys, I'm still learning too. So, reaction ready, remove, resigns, 17. Resign. Some abilities, when an investigator resigns, their investigator is eliminated by resignation. See elimination on page 10. An investigator who resigns is not considered to have been defeated. Let's look at elimination on page 10. Elimination. And the player is eliminated from a scenario. Cards and all the cards in his or her out of play are removed from the game. Card, all clue tokens, all enemies engaged with that player, place of location. The investigator is eliminated, the remaining players' scenario ends. Refer to the no resolution was reached entry for that scenario in the campaign guide. Okay. So it's possible that there is a no resolution reached in this. The question is, do we run from the evil or do we run towards the evil? I'm going to run towards the evil. I'm not that smart. So, move. Oh, that only cost 1. That feels so good. Oh, he engages. I'm going to commit sneak attack. And so that's 4 versus 2. We do 5, 6 versus 2. I think we do. 6 versus 2. 5. And I get the +1 damage, so bye-bye, Mr. Ghoul Minion. It was not nice knowing you. I hope you never return. And then I will move to these woods. I revealed a whole whopping 2. This investigation is investigated using willpower instead of the skill indicated. It's Arkham Woods, the old house. It has a clue on it and 2 shroud. So you know what that means. I might get 2 clues before this scenario ends badly. Okay. No enemies left, so draw a card. Gain 2 resources. I'm really good at putting all my guns, my other 2 powerful guns, in the bottom 20% of my deck. Oh, there. Now we go to Mythos. There. Let's draw an enemy, shall we? Running remains. Test willpower 3. For each point you fail by, take 1 horror. Uh-oh. I'm going to spend my 2 resources that I was going to use to do something halfway decent. To boost my willpower by 2. Because if I take a horror, I am defeated. So, test. 0. Yes. Makes me sad that I committed the resources, but I can't risk losing. Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay, so move. So I can't just investigate. I don't have the resources to put Leo out. That's the only way I could advance the act. So what we're going to do is just investigate and hope we draw, and then try and investigate again. So I am choosing to investigate. It's a win because it's 3 versus 2. I get the clue. Now, am I moving correctly? It's 1, 2, right? I'm pretty sure. Evade movement. Yep. It's only 1 each. So. Okay. That was 1 investigate. I guess we 2-3 it. See what we got. Arkham Woods, Unhallowed Ground. After you enter this location, test willpower 4. If you fail, take 1 damage and 1 horror. Pretty sure that's defeat. Pretty sure I just lost. Terribly. -1. So, 3 minus 1 is 2 versus 4. I take 1 damage and 1 horror. 1 damage, 1 horror. So, I am at 7 horror. That is all I have. Can I make my allies take that damage and horror? I'm just reading for a minute because I'm curious if in this case an ally can take the damage for me. Like, can Lita take that damage? Discard skills and skill tests. Dancing Act deck. Play, combat, damage, and horror. Enemy engagement. Blah, 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 blah. Where does it say? If I can make Lita take that 1 damage in horror, I think I can keep going. So, let's look in the big rules book and see. Ally. Act deck and agenda deck. Ability. First abilities. Asset action activate. Campaign play. Base value. Active player after aloof asset cards. What are they called? They're called allies, right? Why is there no ally? Let's look at damage. 12. Health and damage. Okay. Forced abilities. You know, I don't know. I know that they can take damage for me, so I'm actually going to do that. And we'll keep playing. I'm still going to lose, but let's see what happens. Okay. This Force Shroud gets 1 clue. Enemy phase, nothing happens. Upkeep, gain 2. Draw a card. Advance the agenda. Because it has 5. The Devourer below. Revelation. Replace the current act and agenda with the Devourer below. This card is both the current act and the current agenda. Objective. If Umordoth is defeated, result 2. So, an objective, if an investigator enters the ritual site, so apparently we could have disrupted the ritual. So forced, Act 1, put the set-aside ritual site into play and spawn the set-aside Umordoth there. He is a hunter, he is massive. He gets plus 4 health per investigator, so he's at 10 health. At the end of each investigator's turn, ready him. If you control Lita Chantler, it's only after her you throw Lita to Umordoth in order to spare your lives. Result 3. He deals 3 and 3. So basically, I'm hosed. Location cave. Is connected to the main path. So he's going to go through the main path towards me. Okay. Lead is good to have. I fail. I did fail, so I should draw one more card. Oh, yay. Place the furthest from me. I'm going to move to any of those, so that one. Okay. It's my turn. I have 2 moves. Do I pitch all of these to do a skill test that I don't really care about? I can't play Leo. I think I just draw 3 cards here. I truly do. I think I just draw 3 cards here. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm at 8. So I don't have to discard down. The reason I did that is I don't care about those. He's at 10 health. I can do 3 damage per. Against a 5. But I can use this. So if I can get... So if I have the twin 45s in play, I have that. Or have the twin 45s in play and use them. My attack gets +3, so that's 6. +2 damage, so that's 3 damage. 4, 5 damage. Damage seems good. Okay. Let's ready some stuff up. Draw my card. Go me. Gain 2 resources. Mythos phase. No doom can happen, so I just draw this. Yay! Frozen in fear. Okay. It's my turn. Play the twin 45s for 4. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? That's 1. Do I move? Or do I draw? I think I draw. Even though that puts me at 9 and I have to discard, I don't care about investigating. And hopefully I can hit, so I will draw. What happens if I get all the way through my deck again? Upon completion of the entire draw, takes 1 horror. I think I just died. Or Lita just died. No, because the investigator takes 1 horror. Forgot about that. But I would have died anyway, so maybe there's a fast play in here that I haven't seen. I mean, I have to be at Umordoth to throw Lita to it. Completion of the draw, take a horror, and I died. Died. This is what it looks like. That was a pretty fast scenario. Let's see what happened. Let's see how badly the world got messed up. If no resolution was reached, each investigator resigned or was defeated. I was defeated. Too frightened to face her fate, Lita flees into the night. She realizes that she has failed, and Umordoth's vengeance will pursue her wherever she goes. The creature's tendrils spread throughout the city of Arkham, searching for her. It lurks in the darkness of every corner, tugging at the seams of reality. But Lita is nowhere to be found. So the creature dwells in the shadows to this day, searching, killing. In your campaign log, record that Arkham succumbed to Umordoth's terrible vengeance. Each surviving investigator is killed. The investigators lose. Wow. So we lost and we died. We were killed. Bad things happened. The investigators lose. We just lost. Everything is bad. So here on my wonderful trusty little campaign log, we're going to make us a line. The blue, because I'm using that to differentiate. You are dead. That's spelled D-E-A-D. Dead. We lost. It happens. So yeah. I am not going to read the other outcomes of this campaign, because I personally think that gives a lot of replayability. Now, I have a couple options from here on nights when I might do Arkham Horror. Oh. One +1 mental trauma. I never quite understood why they were talking about physical and mental trauma. I'll have to look into that at a different date. So things that I'm taking away from this. I might need to find something to shuffle my deck. Because I feel like if I'd got the 45s or got a weapon earlier and could off those ghoul minions, I would have had a lot better time of it. I feel like Frozen in Fear was the bane of my existence. I might look at some other investigators. You can at me at PrimeCutGames 1 or at Libraxxus, Libraxxus. Those are both my Twitter handles, the one for the channel and my personal one. If you would like me to replay Night of the Zealot, I would gladly go again, maybe with a different investigator. Haven't decided. I don't know. Jenny might be a little too vanilla. It's possible I'm doing things wrong. Or we can move on from here. And I do have the Dunwich Legacy campaign guide. So yeah. Which contains 2 scenarios. I have purchased 2 more. Well, 3, but one's on the way, and I, am waiting to hear back from them. If I don't hear back from them, that might be a story for a stream that I tell everybody about. How when you search for things and find a vendor for things, if their website looks really good, maybe they are lying about their inventory or just want to keep your money. So yeah, I might have a story for that. Anyway, that's that. I lost to the Devourer below pretty badly. He kicked my butt big time. So that's it for the stream tonight. It's been a lot of fun playing through this campaign. I really do like this game. I think Fantasy Flight did wonderful. It scratches an itch that Marvel Champions hasn't really been able to scratch for me solo. I really like the campaign storytelling feel of this. I also am extremely fond of the fact that I lost. Now, granted, that's probably because I'm bad at the game, but I lost and I didn't feel like I wanted to quit. I felt like, even though I lost by a lot, because I lost bad. I got beat into the ground. I still feel like I could have won. And maybe that's crazy. Maybe everybody's out there going, no, Umordoth is completely unbeatable. But I feel like I have a chance. I feel like no matter what hits me, I have a chance. That last horror there, if I'd taken one less horror, if I'd managed to hit one more attack, or if I'd managed to pass a will check, maybe we need to look at the deck that direction. Because I think I have 2 of everything except for the willpower skill checks. The unexpected courage I had to discard, so that could be it too. I think I need to look, maybe be a little more concerned with skill checks instead of trying to create combos and those sorts of things. And I'm sure there are much more powerful cards out there than what I'm using. Like I said, I only have the Dunwich Horror and the Night of the base set right now. I do have the 2 packs over here. The Essex County Express Mythos pack and the Blood on the Altar Mythos pack. I know that each pack does add cards that the players can use, does add player cards. So there might be something in here that is pretty cool. And it adds another scenario. I'm hoping that I can find the Miskatonic Museum scenario so that I can do them in order. I'm a big fan of doing things in order before we get that far. But it might be a while before I'm back with more Arkham Horror. If you really like this, leave me a comment on YouTube, at me on Twitter, any of those things. I might be able to try and make a little more time for this because I do have a lot of fun playing this game. So yeah, that's our stream for tonight. Sorry I got kind of chatty there at the end. I am really enjoying this. It's a lot of fun. I really, really like it. I think that I need to, on nights that I stream solo, move the camera so that I can look right into it more. I'm always turned this way because that's the way the table's facing, or looking down too much. So, yeah. I really appreciate all of you, everybody who watches this, especially because these videos seem to be getting more views on YouTube. Hey YouTube, please subscribe to the channel if you want to catch more of this stuff. I realize that we're a primarily Keyforge stream, but I'm also willing to branch out into other things. So if you want something else, let me know. If you want me to change, let me know. Have a good night, everybody. Night, Nathan. Thank you.